So today on the podcast, I have a special guest with me. This is Billy Davison, and he is the owner of Occipital Marketing.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. We're so excited to have you here. So just tell us a little bit about you and how you are involved in the salon industry.
Yeah, it's kind of a wild, fun story. So I have a background in website development, local marketing. Been doing that for many, many years. And I actually met my now husband about 10 years ago. He was right in the middle of hair school. And so I got to ride that whole entire journey from hair school through his first salon. And, I never thought I was going to be a hair professional. I feel like I'm pretty close to it. I'm not going to sit behind the chair, but I feel like I could talk the talk when I need to.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been in this entire journey with him. I watched him build his books up, and I guess fast forward to about a year ago, my husband decided to open his own salon. And we moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, and he really he had no clients. We left his entire book of business. And it was a little scary because in school, his first salon he worked at, everyone told him it's going to take 3 years to build your books. And so that's exactly what it took us first time. And we couldn't wait 3 years. And so I was like, okay, well, let me take my background, my knowledge, your expertise and your talent, and let's figure out a different way to take this approach and build your books faster. And that's kind of where my company came about. His salon is blown up. He's fully booked out, hired 2 other stylists, and now I'm expanding into a full-size salon all in 1 year's time. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's actually amazing. Like, it's to go to a brand new town, a brand new city, and build your books from scratch in only 1 year. Like,
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I like that it's both a literal marriage and a marriage of businesses almost.
Yeah.
You're bringing the marketing and he's bringing the hair.
Right.
So I love it. So one of the things that you talk about is it's important for salons to have a website.
Yeah.
So tell us the why behind it. Why is it important for salons to have a website?
Yeah, for sure. I think this is like a controversial thing that I say that I think some stylists are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that. But social media is not your generator for business. It's not. It's your source to post your feed, post your work that you're doing, and it's like your validator. It validates that you can do hair. It validates your talent, but it doesn't do you any good when nobody can find that page. Nobody is searching on Instagram for hairstylist near me. They're searching on Google. They're searching on Siri, on Alexa, on all these different sources, but they're not going to social media to find that hairstylist. They're not going to social media to find that balayage near me. They're going to Google, and I think it's important to show up on Google, and that's where they're making that decision on where they should go to get their hair done. They're looking at what you look like, what your reviews are, what your website represents, and that's where they decide if they're going to do business with you or not. And then they're going to go to your social media to validate what they just saw as legitimate or true.
Yeah, I think you're 100% correct about that too. So if they are a salon or an independent stylist, they have a website, what can they do to promote that website?
Good question. So I like to say there's 4 R's to being like a successful stylist or salon. The first one is going to be reviews. Reviews are so important. I think whenever you go to shop it or pick any type of local business or service, the first thing you do is search for that service near me. You look at those reviews, and that's kind of determining if you're going to look even further. Then you're going to go maybe look at their photos, give them a call, go to their website. But the reviews are so important. And the second thing that ties onto that is going to be referrals. That's the second R. Referrals are super key to growing your business and making sure that you get other people in your chair other than your clients. The fourth one's going to be retail, selling that retail, making sure that that client is coming back to you for that product, maybe selling it on your website or selling it in the salon. I think a pro move is doing both.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
then I think the last one is going to be, of course, rebooks. I think everybody learns that in school, and just having a good routine, a good way to do that is super important too.
Yeah. I cannot agree with you more about that retail thing, especially a lot of times people are concerned like about a website. Well, is it going to take away from my in-salon sales? Absolutely not. What
No.
I've learned is they work together. It works just like any other business. So a salon's just opening, or a stylist is just, getting started. what kind of marketing do you think they should do to get started? And what would you recommend that they do to get the word out that they're there?
Yeah, I think that content is key. I think that is the most important thing. Whenever you go online and search for whatever it may be, I guess let's think of this example. We're about to go to lunch after this.
Yes,
I'm letting you pick where we're going to go to lunch. How are you going to decide where we're going to go?
I think I'm probably just going to go and see what's near us. So look for restaurants near us and then kind of throw out options to see what sticks.
So you're not going to go to Instagram to find a restaurant near us?
I am in fact not going to do that. I might, look up something and go see if they have an Instagram or a Facebook page to see like what the dish looks like, because I think that's important. I want it to look appetizing. But yeah, no, probably not. I'm going to look and see what's around us.
Yeah. So I think that's the most important thing. And in order to show up for that restaurant, if we're going to go get a special type of food, a burger near me, you need to make sure that you have that content throughout the internet, on your website, on Google, on every other source possible out there to get your word out. Because if you're not pushing that content, Google's a robot at the end of the day. It's not going to know that you provide that service. So like hair salon, a great example near me. Sure, that's a great term. People are searching for that, but people are also searching for hair extensions near me, Brazilian blowout near me. And if you don't have the content on your website to show up for that, no one's ever going to be able to find you. And I think it's important to take it one step further with content and really understand, thinking from the customer's perspective or your client's perspective. They're not a hair professional. They need to be told why they need a Brazilian blowout. Why should I go to you for this service? Why is it important to do this over the other service I've heard of in the industry? And really sell them on that. They have questions in their head when they're searching for this, not just where to go, but really why I should pick you, what's important. Are you going to do the right job over somebody else? And highlighting that content on your website, I think, is super, super important. And then, of course, throw your reviews on that website. Throw your social media feed on your website, too. Make sure that they can see that validator on your site. So it's like the best of both worlds.
I love that. Yes, I can't agree with you more on that because, our name is Salon Service Group, and Google, like you said, is a robot, and Google has occasionally thought that we were ourselves a salon, and we have to kind of go in and say, nope, not true. Let's fix that. Let's make sure that that's not the case. Last question. So if a salon's getting started, what are some good resources for them to look at for marketing and just getting started with that?
Yeah, well, everybody has a good friend or a good connection, right?
Yes.
And so sometimes it's in one industry, sometimes it's another. So if you've got a good friend, you're like, oh, they do tech stuff, they do marketing stuff, reach out to them. But if you don't, that's why I started my whole company. That's why I started my business, is because salon professionals are salon professionals. They're not marketing gurus. They're not tech pros. A lot of times they need that help. And I think it's important to don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Don't do it yourself just because you can. Doesn't mean you should. So please reach out to me. Go to my website, occipitalmarketing.com. Google search me because I'm going to show up. Look on my social media. Call me, text me. Get a hold of me any way you want to. I am here to help the salon world grow, and I'm here to provide free tips, knowledge, just share my education with the world so every salon or suite owner can succeed.
I love that. Yes. I too am more of a marketing professional that is in the hair industry. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have cut my own bangs before. It ended poorly. So the same goes for us. We're not going to go about cutting our hair or making it a different color, because both times I tried that, it was not good.
Every stylist has gotten that emergency. Oh my goodness, I need in right now. It's a hair emergency. I get that too. Like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm doing. Help me, please. And it's rewarding at the end of the day.
Yes, yes. Well, that's it for our first episode. Billy, thank you for being here. You're going to come back for our next episode as well.
Yeah.
And we'll look forward to hearing you talk more about e-commerce.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next time.